Good evening, hello, welcome to the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. Welcome to a crit race training session. It's TriathlonDan, Daniel, what are you doing? I do a bit of crit racing alongside triathlon, alongside every other thing that I do, and I enjoy it, but I'm not very good at it. So I think unless I'm gonna train specifically for it, I'm not gonna get any better at it. So here goes nothing. Here, I'm gonna ease in over the next few weeks, a few training sessions with this in mind. So I spoke to my coach, James at RideHarder, who quite rightly said, as he's said many times before, Daniel, will you please just focus on one or two things so you can become half decent at them? Don't just do everything and be average. I quite like doing everything, I don't mind being average. So, this year, I haven't really done much structured bike training. Bit of a decision I made earlier on in the year in springtime. A lot of riding with my mates. I've certainly been riding hard, but just with no real structure. So I haven't really seen any major fitness gains. I've certainly been there or thereabouts. I'm sure my fitness has increased throughout the year, but I've not done any structure behind it. So it's not periodized, no testing, that sort of thing. So, indoor bike session tonight. Indoor training, it's looking a bit drizzly tonight and it's a bit cooler, so it is the sort of night where I'd look to do an indoor session, but it just means I can hit all the numbers in theory. No traffic, junctions, hills, that sort of thing. You can really just focus on doing the actual session. That's the thought process behind it. Now the actual session in mind, my brief to James was, look, you know, I need to win a bike race, how am I going to do it? And this is the session he came up with, one of obviously a few over the next few weeks. So it is, first of all, a little warm up. Oh yeah, I haven't tested in ages. I've put my FTP at 350-ish. Who really knows? Strava and Training Peaks do like an algorithm thing where they tell you what you think your FTP is. Mine does say that it's a bit higher than that, but I just don't believe it because I haven't done any sort of specific testing. Anyway, little warm up. And then the idea is then that I'm going to do 4 times 5 minutes off a 5 minutes recovery, about 105% of FTP, which is obviously about 375 watts-ish, 370, 380 to be nice. And then this last effort, this is the one that is pretty much like road race or crit specific. So a 30-second max effort, which James has put in there is going to be 700 watts. I doubt there's going to be 700 watts, to be honest. 600 might be great. Into 3 minutes at 105% FTP, into a 10-second max sprint. It will not be 1,000 watts. What that's basically representing is a big kick to get out of a group or get out of the bunch. 3 minutes or so, keeping the pace high, above threshold, trying to maintain or increase that gap. And then a sprint to the finish, because it's all well and good testing like your 10-second sprint or minute power, whatever. You're never really in that position in a race, so I find I can't really put out PB power numbers because it's so hard. You're already like gassed, your heart rate's already high, you've already been going hard all throughout the race. So that's what it's trying to represent. The 4 times 5 minutes, you know, fatigues the legs a bit, works that VO2 max, and then that last block is a bit more like race specific. So I'm a little bit scared to be honest. I haven't done any sort of hard interval training, well, for most of this year, but I know that's what I need to do to increase my fitness. So let's get on the bike, let's get going. It's also, this is weird doing this in here, like I feel like I have to think through again how I do a training video indoors. I was doing this, you know, loads in the winter. Anyway, also, yes, I'm a fair bit heavier than I was, so you're going to see me training without a top on, so brace yourself and please don't be nasty. Okay, so warm done, just going to get into the first effort. My legs feel a bit tired if I'm honest, but we'll crack on. Row position, I don't use erg mode. Let's go. This is so hard to record, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it anyway. We'll just do the first 5 minute effort and what is this thing doing? Why is that still spinning? Wish I could have done that while I was trying to do an effort. Anyway, 5 minutes at 370 watts, but I didn't know I'd done 370. I felt like I was about 350, 360. My legs are just done in. I'm trying to train like I was last winter when I was in a lot better shape. It's not just that the raw numbers are different, it's the recovery in between. So the last couple of days, I know this is all excuses, but I just want to paint the picture. Sunday, long ride in the peaks. I know I said I was going to do zone 2, zone 3. I ended up having a couple of big digs, whatever, 4.5 hours, big ride. Yesterday, swim in the morning, ran at lunchtime, biked in the evening, did 2 hours out in the peaks with the lads. Of course, took it easy, but it wasn't as easy as I'd hoped. I'm just not fit enough to do those 2 days and then expect to do a hard interval session the day after that. It's just not going to happen. And I think I needed tonight just to reiterate that. That session tonight is not too hard for me, but it's too hard for me after a couple of big training days. I need to be realistic that yesterday I should have just ran perhaps or had a super easy spin on the bike. in order to hit this hard session. I'm glad I'm doing this now, because when I get into the depths of winter, I need to be able to know exactly what sort of, you know, the line I can feather to get good training in, pushing when it hurts versus actually going too hard. So I've just done 5 minutes and pulled the pin. My heart rate was super low. I know that's what happens when I'm tired. It was about 148 for an over threshold effort. Normally it'd be 155, 160. The burning in my legs was like screaming. There was no way I would have got through those intervals. So I didn't even round it up to an hour zone 2 or anything. Just did 20 minutes in total, so a 5-minute warm down. I'm going to leave it there for today, do some stretching, flexibility, get the massage going on my legs, and then go again tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow, but I'm definitely going to do this session again later this week, because this is the quality, this is the stuff that I need to do, not just messing around doing my own riding. This is the stuff that's actually going to get me fitter and get some results. But then I face the battle of, well, my mates are going out tomorrow night, so I don't know. Back to the drawing board in terms of structured training for me for the time being. I need to cut my cloth accordingly, and that means, unfortunately, perhaps doing some training on my own instead of going out on group rides all the time. But it's difficult, isn't it? Anyway, so that's it for today's video. I mean, to be honest, this is the sort of video I'd rather not put up. I'd rather just, oh, I'll just do a product review or something. But the reality is that it's 6:30 at night. I've got to have tea, shower, change. I'm at work tomorrow. Like, I can't do another video to make it up, and I don't want to cover this sort of stuff up, because this is the real journey, isn't it? Not that failure is acceptable, but I think this is just a bit of a reality check that I need to make my training according to my current fitness level. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Your support really does mean a lot. The kudos on Strava, the comments down below, the likes on the videos, the views on the videos really does spur me on. I'm ready to get another couple of events under my belt this year, and then crack on with a big winter to lead me towards Ironman Wales next year. I'm going to do as James, the coach, tells me to, and focus on something, and that's going to be Ironman Wales next year. Sure, I'm going to be doing some other stuff, but I need to focus my training on that. Why is this just spinning round and round? Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow at 4 PM for something a bit more upbeat than this. Thanks very much for watching.